Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Giangelo's right here on 224 in Boardman, Ohio. At this time, we have a senior Raider player profile. It is my honor, my distinct pleasure to bring you, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most wanted interviews in the entire season. I give you Shaun Updegraff. I told you.
Yeah, I know.
Not only the most wanted interview of the entire season, the best hair. Give it up for the hair of Uppy. All right, buddy. I'm under straight direction of Christopher Colucci to talk to you about the thing first that we need to get off our chest here. You, my friend, took over the honor of carrying the flag every single game. That is an honor. That is a tradition unlike any other. Not even the Masters have that tradition. Shaun, for you, what does it mean to you to carry that flag at the beginning of every single contest?
You know, it just means so much to me. You know, Chris was always one of those guys that was just there for me and taught me the ropes of everything. So being able to carry out his legacy and the legacy of the team by being the first guy out there with the flag, it just means so much to me and I know this community. So I just love doing it and love getting everybody hyped up for the game.
People talk about you as a leader of this team in so many different ways, but I heard you are kind of the motivational leader. I hear that you got some pretty good dance moves.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So talk to me about how you came to be in this role. Who were some of the guys that pointed to you and say, this is the way you have to lead?
It all started with Michael Lally and B. Laws, my freshman year. They were always dancing. Chris was always dancing. And then finally, one day during 2 days, they were like, Shaun, let's see it. So I got up there and started dancing, and it just kind of went on from there.
So what kind of dancing are we talking about? Is it just going wild? Did you go with the music?
Yeah, pretty much. We just kind of go crazy, have a good time.
Are you in control of the music in the locker room?
No, Jimmy controls.
Jimmy's got the tunes. He's got the aux cord. Okay. But you're the guy that's in charge of getting everybody loose.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. So what other things have you learned about yourself? I mean, obviously you can have a good time. You're a guy that gets the party started. You got the good hair. You got all that stuff. For you, how do you keep stretching yourself as a leader? And what have you learned about yourself over the last 3 years?
Just to keep my head down and keep working. I learned that from Shane and Chris and all those guys. But I'm just trying to instill that on these underclassmen that you got to keep working. If you truly want it, you can't ever stop. You just got to keep your head down and keep pushing to get where you want to be.
I know there's a big fan every time we're in that South Range broadcast booth. Sam Bellino, my broadcast partner, loves seeing you out on that field. He always says you give 110%. For you, where did you learn to get that? Always going to give your best no matter what. I'm sure you've been injured. I'm sure you've been banged up and beat up. You consistently go out. It shows up on film that you always put your heart and soul into it. Where did you get that from?
I don't think I really think I got it from this community because I feel like it's a big culture of our team to want to give 100%, want to go all out, fight for the guy next to you. I feel like it's just a big culture of our team in general to be able, and that makes it easy for me to just be able to give it my all and be able to do the things that coaches ask me to do.
You speak of this community so highly always. When we have conversations off the mic, off the camera, you always talk about South Range means so much to you. When you get to suit up in that burgundy and gold, what does it mean to you? Who do you play for and why?
It means the world. I play for those guys next to me. I play for my family sitting right in front of us. I play for everybody because I know how much football and just sports and life in general means to these people, and it's just it's so amazing to me to see all those people that come out and watch us and support us day in and day out. So I feel like it's my least it's the least of my responsibilities is to go out and play for them and play hard and give it my all.
That's an awesome answer. That's a phenomenal answer. One thing that I've always been excited about for as long as I can remember, your family on social media, so proud every single week. I see pictures, and it's just you smiling, that ear-to-ear smile. For you to be supported by so many, not only in this community, but specifically in your family, so proud of you each and every week, no matter the outcome of the game. A lot of times more wins than losses, but no matter what, they're always so proud of you. What does that mean to you? I'm sure they've never really asked you. I'm sure of it. But what does it mean to you to have that pride and that just confidence in you week in and week out?
You know, it means the world to me to realize and truly understand that I have almost like a group of people I can fall on. You know, they'll always be there for me through thick, through thin, through injury, through health. Just knowing that they'll always be there for me just almost gives you a sense of relief and not having to worry about so many things, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. When you look at what motivates you, are you a guy that's motivated by music or quotes or, has that chip on your shoulder because somebody said something about you and it gets you fired up? What gets you going?
That's a good question. I don't really know. I've never been a big, motivational music guy. A lot of the times before a game, you'll hear me listening to something calming or something like that because I'm just trying to clear my head. But honestly, it's just the guys around me just get me up and get me going and get me pumped. So, I mean, it's not really anything but knowing that I'm going to be able to go out there and fight for my teammates and my brothers and just being able to go out for them.
So many traditions here at South Range. Can you talk to me about maybe some of your favorites?
The flag is definitely one of my favorite traditions. And one of the newer ones that we just started to put in is the singing the alma mater with the band. I know at least we didn't do it my first couple years, but doing it this year and last year, it gets everybody together. It's just amazing to see everybody in one spot.
All right, you're going to be walking across the stage in the not too distant future, getting a paper that says you met every requirement South Range High School could have you meet. What are you going to do with that? What do you hope to do with that? And then ultimately, why?
So I would like to go to college. I'd like to play baseball in college.
Baseball, all right. We were going to get to that. Don't worry.
But I would like to go for a sports management degree and hopefully minor in engineering, because those are two things that have always kind of interested me and always been something I thought about. But I just want to go to college, be able to make a living to support my family and just do everything that I need to do, honestly.
People like talking about football around here, there's no doubt. But there's also another team that's pretty good, and you're on it, and you are an absolute dog on that team. You are a stud on the mound. You're a stud everywhere they put you, man. Baseball means a lot to you. Talk to me about your focus. I mean, you've been baseball as long. I've seen you on plane rides with your baseball jersey on. Yeah. Talk to me about why baseball means so much to you and why you put so much into it.
I don't know. It's just always been a part of my life, I started really young in kindergarten, and just ever since I fell in love with it, being on the mound, and it just means so much to be able to go and do that, and having the ability and all the chances I get, it's really a blessing at the end of the day.
Our buddy Chris Colucci always talks about football and wrestling. I want to hear from you. How do you shift gears from football to baseball? Baseball, you kind of have to be loose with everything. Football, you have to be uptight and adrenaline-filled. How do you change those mindsets from season to season?
A lot of stretching, a lot of being able to get my hips to, be loose and everything else. And honestly, I've been doing this for a long time, so it's gotten easier and easier over the years to just be able to get the stretching in whenever I can and just be able to transfer nice and easily into the next season.
We talked about your family a little earlier. Talk to me about who's in there role model wise, why they motivate you, and why they've made you and how they've made you the man that you are today.
Honestly, I have to give most of that credit to my dad. My dad has always been there for me day in and day out, through thick, through thin. He's my biggest advocate, but he's also my biggest critic, which I love, because he's telling me when I'm doing something wrong and how to fix it. But, honestly, he's just my biggest role model, My mom as well, she does everything she can for me to put me in the best spot possible, and I just can't thank them enough for everything they've done for me.
What about other people in your family that you look up to and you've taken something from? Is there somebody maybe outside mom and dad that you've taken a trait from, or you've really tried to isolate that trait and to be a better person?
Honestly, other than that, I got my hard-working trait from my whole family, They all work really hard to provide for their families, and honestly, that's just something that's been instilled in me throughout the years. I've just always tried to get that from them and just be the best person I could be for them.
All right, Shaun, let's get to the off-the-wall question, off-the-field question. It's Halloween time, man. Number one, what are you dressing up as this year?
I don't know. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I truly don't know what I'm going to do yet.
Okay, so the I don't know gets you another question.
All right.
What is the best and worst Halloween costume you've ever been in?
So I feel like the best one that I've ever been in, and I don't even remember this, but I see pictures all around my house of it. I was in a firefighter costume when I was really, really young. I don't even remember how long ago it was. But, you know, I was like this little firefighter. They bought me this, like, I still have it. It's like almost like it's got pedals like a bicycle, but it's like a fire truck.
Ooh.
And I guess I used to like drive around in it all the time.
Do you still drive in it now?
No, I can't fit in it now. But
I think that's a picture that needs to be made this Halloween. Go back as a fireman. And then drive that around. That's what you do. We just solved a problem.
And then, I don't know. I don't know what my worst one would be. I've had a lot that were good, but I feel like, oh, yeah, definitely the Flash.
The Flash?
Yeah, because it was like, I feel like it was like 2 sizes too small. It was like super tight. It was bad.
Oh, buddy. There's a lot of ways we can go. We're gonna let you have some grace here. What are you afraid of? What are you scared of?
I don't really know. Like, clowns get me sometimes.
Clowns? Like scary clowns or just regular clowns?
Like, just scary clowns. Like, it's just...
The one with the red balloon? I don't know what his name is.
Pennywise. He gets me a little bit. But it's just like, I don't know. Maybe like the unknown, kind of. Like
the unknown?
Not knowing what's going to happen.
Oh, I'll ask you the same question without getting all philosophy. Do you believe in ghosts?
No, not really.
All right, fair enough. They're not scaring you.
No.
He's not as scared of ghosts either. Dude, I am so honored and humbled to be having you right here with us. Thank you so much for your time. I'm a huge fan. You know that. Thanks for the time. Best of luck to you on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaun Updegraff!